Hey guys, so this is day 7 of the Trade the Pool evaluation. This will be a recap video, and I'm gonna do this quick. I have to run here shortly. But yeah, as you see on the video thumbnail, this was not a good day. Not a good day at all. Another day hitting max loss, or the max daily risk limit, right, which is $1,300. I hit that again today. I hit it last Wednesday, and I hit it again today. And it was not good trading on my part whatsoever. A bit of FOMO for the Tesla. Tesla made its move today. Had delivery numbers come out pre-market, and they were really good numbers, and Tesla there was no stopping it, right? Yeah, so I guess let me jump right into the trades, and we'll go over trader view and see where I'm currently sitting on the account and everything. But going over the trades this morning, let's go over the Tesla trade. And truthfully, it was bad position sizing. So sizing my trades, I did size down. Like I said, I usually take 400 shares. Well, once Tesla was up around 220, I knew the stock had a big range. I mean, obviously it had a big range for the run up, right, pre-market. So I knew it had a big range. I thought 200. I didn't, take a step back. I was really impatient and trying to catch a breakout, a run up on Tesla, which I'll explain everything here. But I thought 200 shares was going to be fine. Well, 200 shares, I believe probably about 150, right? 150 shares, or yeah, I mean really even 100 shares. But yeah, anyway, the first trade I took on Tesla, 936. Zoom in. This is a 1 minute chart here. I mean, if you were there pre-market, you know this is a Tesla move here pre-market. Delivery numbers came out great, and yeah, Tesla's breaking out some serious levels. Yesterday, Tesla broke out a serious resistance level on the daily chart. Longer term resistance level. So yeah, Tesla's doing its thing, right? So anyways, I try to catch anticipate and catch the high of day breakout, or this little kind of opening range here, right? Yeah, this first 1 minute candle, second 1 minute candle came in, and it was just kind of chopping around, broke through VWAP here. And then this is a candle, and actually I was looking at the 2 minute chart too. 2 minute chart here has the pre-market data on it, so you can see this the VWAP, this is calculated different because it doesn't have the pre-market data. So this VWAP is actually calculated different than this VWAP. It got below this VWAP, and I'll talk about that. And then the 2 minute VWAP with the pre-market data that's calculated a little different than the 1 minute here, just because it has a pre-market data. Yeah, this is so you had this strong, zooming in on the 2 minute, you can see this is a strong, green candle. I thought we were going to get up to the, pre-market highs, and, of course, essentially I was looking for it to break. But, yeah, got in right above this 2 minute candle here, and it just was not a good entry. And I mean, price quickly came down. I mean, looking back at this, if I had like 100 or maybe 150 give or take shares, I would say the ideal size would be 100 shares, because essentially what I should have done, I should have had a fixed stop. Tesla was strong off the open, right? I should have had a fixed stop right under the low of day, or the first 1-2 minute low, right here. Let's say let's call it 218, right? Under VWAP, under the low, I would have been perfectly fine in this trade. But as you can see, this trade, I lost $250, right? So from where I entered, if I were to held it down there, that would have been about a 500. It would probably cut me out this trade because per trade I can't lose more than what is it, like 420 something dollars per trade, right? So it would have cut me out. Okay, it would have cut me out regardless of the fact. Like I said, 100 share. I mean, looking at it, doesn't look like a lot. I mean, here's a one. I mean, if you look above on the 1 minute, it doesn't look like a big move, right? But I'm talking about from where I entered in, let's say 220. Well, actually, my entry was 220.97, and I sold out at 219.72. It doesn't look like much, but each candle is practically almost a dollar range there, right, on the 1 minute. So I mean, it's a large range, and I just took too large of a size here. The ideal trade was, I could have entered in there and I could have put a stop down there and I would have been fine. I would have caught a huge move. I mean, look, from where I entered in, stop below the low, riding on up. Looking back at it now, that's the ideal trade. So too big of size on this first trade, being that Tesla had this big run up pre-market. The range really increased on it. And yeah, I mean, it's a good thing I didn't take 400 shares, right? But yeah, bumped down the size 200, still too big. So that trade had me kind of upset this morning. And then the market started to sell off. I seen the video, and I seen some other stocks starting to sell off. But really, I was looking at actually, it wasn't. Excuse me. The market. Well, let me see here. Do this real quick. The market wasn't actually selling off. I was watching the Qs, but I'll show you exactly what I was looking at here. Let me pull up this right here, just to illustrate this point right quick. Give me a second. Just do this right. I'm just gonna run to the QQQ, just to show you what I was seeing here. This is a Qs. Okay, this kind of market was coming right in here. So as Tesla was moving up, as Tesla was holding the top there, and there was just huge selling going at at that very top right here on Tesla. There was huge selling coming through on the tape around 221, and really the Qs were right here at that time. This line here I was looking at as a resistance for the Qs to go down. So yeah, I was pretty much, I did not think the Qs would break, come back in and just run. I did not think this was gonna happen. But yeah, it was holding for a while. So that's what I was looking at on the Qs, right? So as the Qs were holding that kind of like resistance area, would end up breaking real quick. But as it was holding in the moment, I was seeing large selling up here, and looking at this and this 1 minute chart here, as it broke below. This was a stupid trade. I mean, it was only 100 shares. This was the second trade. The first trade I closed out at a $251 loss. Second trade broke through, broke below VWAP on the 1 minute, which, like I said, these two VWAPs are calculated differently. And if I was watching this VWAP on the 2 minute with the pre-market data, it never broke through the VWAP and out, it would have been fine. But it broke through this 1 minute VWAP and then came down here and just tested the low right here with this EMA, this 9 EMA right there. I only took 100 shares of it, but as it broke above VWAP, I did not cut the trade out, And I think I was right. I had to do something else. I was on the other screen. I was writing an email, and I didn't have a stop loss, unfortunately, in here. I should have had a stop loss probably above the entry candle's high. That would have been the ideal spot to have a stop loss. I don't think up here. But, when I came back, price was already at the high and going through the high. And at that time, I just said, okay, well, right here, this line is pre-market high. You can see it over here on the 2-minute chart, pre-market high. So I was like, okay, well, if it breaks through pre-market high, I got to get out because this thing's gonna run, right? So I broke through pre-market high, and on 100 shares on that one trade, I lost $351, right? So that was already down. What is that? $500, give or take. That's when I probably should have walked away. And I got frustrated with this. I was frustrated with the first trade, being that I sized up to I had too much size, for my the account, I guess, too, right? Because if I did put a stop down here, and like I said, 200 shares, that would have been $400 something, and I would have got stopped out on that. Just because of the size, I can't risk more than what is it? 3 times my daily stop, which is a daily stop of 1,300. 3 times of that is $400 something, right? So it would have stopped me out on 200 shares anyways, regardless, before it even reached the low. So it was too much size up there. 200 shares, the range that Tesla was in, it was just way too much size. Bumped it down 100 shares in this trade. Like I said, I kind of glanced away from the screen, and as I looked back, it was already up here, at the high. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna hold it and see if it breaks pre-market high, which is not the best thing. Just bad trading on my part. And this, I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to get a fade, maybe back into VWAP, these highs here. That never happened. And so the second trade, I lost $351. That's when I should have walked away at a $500 loss. That's fine. And then I jumped over to NVIDIA. At this point, I was kind of upset. I just was looking for anything to really make the money back, right? It just was just bad trading on my behalf. I was not there today. So looking for a bounce on this 123 again, right at 123. I've been talking about this level all last week, and Monday I traded off 123. I actually break through 123 Monday, and I had a NVIDIA sell here, 400 shares. So essentially what I did, 123, buy. I was looking forward to, hold VWAP and break back up. At that point, the Qs were breaking through here. This, this resistance, and, resistance turned into support. Qs were breaking up above that. So I was thinking 123 was gonna, NVIDIA was gonna hold VWAP here, break through 123 and maybe do a gap fill. That didn't happen. So that was, that was another quick $130 loss. And then I think, I reduced size and try to enter it in back down here at VWAP. This wasn't ideal at all. And I should have waited. That was a $65 loss right there. Came right back down to VWAP. And I didn't even wait to see if VWAP would hold. If I were to try something like this, and I should have traded it, my entry should have been like right at VWAP, right? And maybe with a stop below 122 or something like that. And I would have held it. I would have got stopped out, but it would have been only one trade, holding to see if it made that move. I mean, that would have been, a more of a logical trade than to try to, take a stab at it here, get stopped out, take another stab at it here just to get stopped out, right? Just bad trading. No, Tesla, and then I went back over to Tesla, and I don't know, another Tesla sell, which, like I said, I have to stop doing these fade trades because these fade trades are not making me any money, and I continue to do them. This one was, yeah. So I sold, where was it at? Yeah, I guess it was right here, huh? Right here. So I sold here. Kind of had an engulfing 1-minute candle, sold here, break below that candle. Stupid trade, be honest, right? Got to be honest with myself. that this is terrible trading on my behalf. Okay, sold there. And I don't know what I did. I had some type of, I think was trying to exit out. And like I said, I got more. So I think I sold 200 more here instead of closing the trade out. And then held the 9 EMA, sold out there, right? Just bad trading. Now, looking back at this, right? Price broke out, pre-market high. All you really had to do, or all I really had to do, is buy around the 9 moving average, right? You know, lighten up the size, buy around the 9 moving average. I mean, from, what is that? 220, yeah, right, from right here, that's 224, 225, 226, 227. I mean that's $300-400 right there on just 100 shares. You know, so I mean, I had too large of size, and even if I took 150 shares, it's like an $800 trade right there. Just riding the 9 moving average, right? Just riding 9 up with a 9 moving average. Of course, if you would have tried that here, you know, it did pop down, it popped right back up. And then what happened? I mean, it just continued to go. Riding the 9 moving average. 9 moving average. All right. Here, touched, riding. You know, so I mean, this is just riding the 9 moving average. That's all I had to do instead of trying to fight this, trying to get these small little, you know, pops back down, maybe to a swing low or something, you know. And I tried to do the same thing right here at the 226. At this time, I think what I was looking at too, why my logic, which I don't use trend lines, okay. I don't like using trend lines. I just never, you know, like trend line breaks and, you know, things like that. But yeah, looking at the Tesla chart, you had this trend line right around here, and this coincided with, like, I think 227, 226, 227. So that's, I think, what I was looking at when I was looking at this price here. You know, this was like right up against this trend line, and this trend line goes back all the way until, you know, this was last year at its high. You know, December of last year hit it. If you draw it out from that, and then, you know, maybe something there, right? Maybe some, but it was nothing. It was nothing. No hold on that trend line whatsoever. So yeah, that trade cost me because, like I said, I you know, entered in below that candle, and I think I was trying to get out, but I ended up essentially what was that, 200 shares, and well, no, excuse me, that was a 100 share sell there, and then I sold 200 shares with a total position size of 300 shares, and as the price just went, I just closed it out. I mean, I'm just glad I didn't try to hold it. And I mean, granted, I hit max loss regardless, but, you know, still, you know, you had the high there, and, you know, you see that high wasn't even resisted at all, right? And I think I tried, my last trade was right here. I tried to short that high. Just bad trading, 400 shares. I quickly got stopped out for $174 loss. So all in all, every trade I took today was red. Every single trade, down $1,360 on the day, hit max loss, hit the daily max loss, not the max loss on this account. I did not blow the account or anything. I just hit the daily max loss, and it just, you know, it's not good. So here, just looking at the trader view, I mean, you can see this is my running P&L for today, just straight down. There was like no green in any of the trades, right? It just wasn't my day. You know, it's a good thing that, you know, Trade the Pool has these, you know, these max loss rules, which I like it, because if you hit them, you don't blow the account. You just get taken out for the day. You can't place no more trades, right? So the max loss rule is, in my opinion, it's good for the account size that I have and my risk metrics and everything. It's, you know, $1,300 is $1,300. And it feels like I'm not making any progress now in this account, because I'm actually in drawdown in the account again. So I came out of drawdown last week, and the bad thing about this week is we got tomorrow, which I believe is a half a day, and then you got Thursday, which will be 4th of July, which the markets will be closed. So there's not really much time to make this back. Not like last week, I made it back and some. This week, I don't have any time to make it back. And tomorrow, being that it's a half day, there's probably not going to be much volume going through the market. It's probably going to be a day of trading. The morning session is probably going to be light volume. I'm going to show up. I'm going to see, but I'm not going to force any trades, right? I'm gonna be there in the morning, and yeah, I'm not gonna force any trades. Friday I'll be trading, but I think right now I gotta really sit back and like I said, these fade trades that I'm taking, that's my main thing. That's what I believe I know I'm losing money on, right? Just he's trying to fade the tops of these like strong moves. I did this with Amazon and some other stocks, and but yeah, this was the ideal move if I sized in correctly. I mean, granted, I would have probably scaled out pre-market high, and just like I said, rode the 9 moving average, right? And on these strong moves, that's all you have to do is just, buy stop above this 1 minute candle right here, stop below the low, just ride up. That's it. It's simple trading here. Look, okay, you get a pop through, right? Maybe a buy stop above this candle, this 1 minute candle. Okay, didn't make it. Pop through. Buy stop above this red candle. Okay, you're entered in. You're riding the 9. Same thing here. Buy stop above that 1 minute candle, kind of like a doji, right at the 9. Riding it on up. You could even done it right here. These are still like 2 to 1. 1.5 R on these trades. Look at this. Even if you did a buy stop here, stop below there, you would have still got like, this, if you measure it here, that's almost that's probably, yeah, that is 1.5, almost a 2R trade just to the top. So you have like so many, this is like, I just 5-6R, and all you had to do is just put the stops at the below these these candles that are right at the 9 moving average, and just buy stop in, so yeah, it's just overall bad trading, right? Bad trading on my if I would have been long, I would have been fine. What I was doing today. So yeah, just a sea of red, no green trades whatsoever, win rate 0. Total trade 6, and the trades none of the trades were reach, this one here kind of reached positive, but just this bad trading, right? So you take a look at the calendar right quick here for the month of July. For the month of July, I am down $700, almost $800. So, yeah, yesterday I was up 563. Thought I was going to have a good week, but this just, screwed my whole week right here. Like I said, Wednesday's half day. Thursday market would be closed for 4th of July here in the States. And then Friday market will be open, but no time. And I'm not going to be trying to, to fight, over risking to make this money back. If I could close this week in the green, or even, if I could make at least a $700 and, $800 back, I'll be up about $500-$600 for, for the week. So yeah. And then, I gotta keep this short because I'm gonna have to run here. But just to show you where the account sits now. Like I said, this was last Wednesday. This was Thursday. So these red days are outweighing my green days. Not good whatsoever. Not good whatsoever. Cumulative P&L. So right now I'm down $580 on the account. So I'm in drawdown $580. Which is okay. It's essentially okay, but I'm not really making too much progress. And you can see since last week, I started last Monday, made some progress early on in the week, had that one big red day, bomb, down. made it all back. New account, highs on yesterday, which was Monday, the 1st, July 1st. I was up $779 in the account. And now I'm back, now I'm back in a drawdown. I'm back, red on the account, negative $580. So, overall, I'm not blowing the account. I'm not way down negative in the account. Right now, I think I'm just fluctuating around zero. If I don't go down, if I don't have another bad losing day or, a losing day in general this week, I'll be okay. Bring it back up to even, and then, but yeah, I got some, like I said, I got some things to some work, right? I got some work to do. I gotta really cut out these fade trades, and I gotta work on my strategies, and really, like I said, like I mentioned in my other videos, I'm trying to hold longer. Like I said, if I position correctly, stop below that, and just kind of like, just rode it on up. And I mean, this was strong, right? There was no reason for me to be stopped out and wasn't able to trade past, what was it, 10 o'clock practically. I put together this like spreadsheet, right? So this is still a work in progress. It just, the evaluation account I have with Trade the Pool, it's called the extra buying power. The evaluation fee, the profit target, the max loss. So I got a $3,900 max loss. Like, I'm only down $500 in the account, so I'm nowhere near the $3,900 max loss. And then that's your daily loss is $1,300. And this, so this is your per trade, right? Because it's 3 times your max loss per trade is 3 times your daily loss. So that's $433. And like I said, on this Tesla trade, if I had my stop down there, I would have been stopped out before it even hit my stop loss that I placed in the market. So the profit split on this account's 30%, or 30% goes to the 70% will go to the trader. So I get a 70%, they get a 30% split. 70-30, right? And in buying power, I got $160,000 buying power. And so these are the averages that I was looking at. And I want to try, I'm working on 300, maybe 350, right? If I have a $300 daily average, okay, these are averages. It's not like I'm saying, I'm making $300 per day. But in order to do a $300 average per day, the losses that I have, usually, normally, historically, I have 1 losing day a week, all right? And if I can maintain those losing days not being so big, maybe a $500 or $400 losing day, the averages that I make, if I'm averaging 400, or if I'm making, let's say, 400 one day, 200 next day, 350, 500 the next day, and then I lose $500 one day a week. And if I could try, make around $1,000, give or take, in the week, that would be ideal, $1,200 or something like that. But in order to reach a $300 average, I cannot have big losing days, right? I mean, it won't work out. I mean, my losing days are way larger than any of the profitable days I had in this account, which this is my second week. I only have 7 days of data in here, 7 trading days of data. So it's not much to go by, but just looking at it now, it's not good. It's not good. I'm just maintaining the account. That's all I'm doing. So yeah, if I were to average $300 and have a $6,000 monthly P&L on this account, I just did the math right here for the splits and everything. So monthly profit. So my profit per month that I get per pay, for the payouts will be roughly around $4,200, which is not bad for, doing this and, on the side. I know, I mean, $4,000 a month might be great for some people, and, some people it's not going to replace their income, right? Annually, that's like $50,000, give or take. you know, and which is not bad. I mean, it's yeah, I don't know where you know, a lot of people are located, but you know, $50,000 a year in income is for like a side hustle is not that bad, in my opinion. And I'm here in the States, right? So yeah, anyways, I put together this position sizing. So let's say if I entered into a trade around I don't know, you know, let's just say that 213 on Tesla to, you know, what am I doing here? 213. So if I entered into a trade around 213 and I have a stop loss, I mean, this is a simple math, right? Stop loss at 50 cents, profit target at $1, take 300 shares. So your stop off, you're risking $150 with a profit of $300, right? So it's simple math, but this is something that I can kind of work with. Maybe, you know, put this into a different format or something. That way I could, you know, maybe try to, you know, take some of these, you know, what am I trying to say here? Like, I'll just show you what I'm talking about, like on this NVIDIA here. I was looking at this and, you know, just throwing a limit order in there, right? Knowing your risk. Where was it at? Well, you could just see it on here on the, you know, the 5-minute charts up here in the top left. You know, throwing a limit order out there around just above, let's say 223, or it's not 213, it was 223. That was the level I was looking. Yeah, I've been looking at for a while on the video. But yeah, just sticking. Yeah, I can't do it here, but sticking a limit order right there. You know, your stop is, you know, say 123.60 or so, and then, you know, looking for a move. I mean, if you would have done that in the morning, right, and I mean, you can look at this 5-minute right here. That would have just been a beautiful trade right down. You know, maybe you caught the low, and there was a couple of them on Amazon. Amazon new all-time highs today too. Another just, you know, another just this crazy runner. But yeah, I was looking at these pre-market lows. Now I was already stopped out. I couldn't trade for the day, right? I was already stopped out. I already hit my, you know, my max loss, so I couldn't take advantage of any of this. But I was looking at this low right here. Kind of had this post-market spike, pre-market low. What was above these little swing highs right here. So I was looking at this level on Amazon. Just let's call it 196.20, right? So just above 196. You know, yeah, it was, you know, below VWAP, but, you know, I mean, look at it as a holding. It was wicking down there. It was holding, you know, and even if you just throw an order in there, let's say 200 shares, you're risking 50 cents, you know, to get a run back up to the previous day's high, which is this green level here, you know, break through VWAP and we add another 200 shares. So this, you know, this type of trading I'm going to try to focus on. Like I said, I got to still build the playbook. You know, my playbook consists of a lot of little scalping strategies, a lot of little scalping techniques. And with these, you know, like I said, some of them are fades and I'm losing money. And the, you know, reason I'm down today as much as I am is because I was trying to fade Tesla. And then the first trade that I took on Tesla, which was a good trade overall, I just oversized and where I couldn't set the stop loss below low of day. So, you know, just, and everything else after this was just bad trading on my behalf. So, yeah, anyways, so yeah, down 1,300 max loss hit today on this account, the 2nd of July, and yeah, not good, but still in the game, right? Still in the game. Only down on the account $580. Just not really too much progress in the past week and a half, right? But I'm maintaining the account. I'm not making money, but I'm not losing money. So, yeah, let's keep it at that, and you know, see what I do tomorrow, if there is anything tomorrow. If not, I'll wait till Friday. But we have a lot, you know, kind of a bit of a you know, longer weekend, I guess you could say, being a Thursday. There's no trading Thursday, and this weekend coming up, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna work on my playbook. And like I said, I want to tag what's working in TraderView. I want to like the setups that I'm looking at, pullbacks. Let's say pullbacks in 9 moving average and a break above the 1 minute candle high. So to say, that's just a basic idea of a setup, right? Just what I was showing you here on this Tesla chart, or even this Amazon chart. Not really so much on the Amazon because they didn't even make it back just as one time to the 9 moving average on the 1 minute chart. But the Tesla here, yeah, I mean, great opportunities right off the 9. I mean, even if you just bought at the 9, but I think a more ideal strategy would, instead of just buying every time price hits the 9 moving average and trying to figure out where to put your stop at, use the candles, use the 1 minute candles. Because if you look, I mean, okay, price broke above this high here. So, price is starting to trend up again. Price came down to the 9. Buy stop here would have triggered you in, right? Stop below the 1 minute candle high. You got a defined stop. Okay, you know where your stop's at. And then price moves up. No candle, went below that candle, right? 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 are on this trade. I mean, or just held it until price really broke and closed below the 9. Even this trade here, I mean, buy stop in, stop there, moved on up, and yeah, in this one you wouldn't. I mean, maybe you would have got stopped out on this one. But by the time if you're making 2-3R on these trades here, and the time you get stopped out for a 1R, I mean, if you're making, let's say, 300, and then you get a $200, 300, 600, and get a $200 stop loss, So, anyways, just some ideas, and that's all we could do, right? We could only improve and, every day improve and look, analyze and try to get better at what we're doing. So yeah, that's this will be the day 7 with a trade the pool evaluation account, and we'll be back tomorrow, see what happens tomorrow, and if not, then Friday for sure. And I'm gonna leave it here, and I appreciate you guys, and take care.